Hey, it's Ray here, and if you've ever looked at a local business's social media, you probably know that there is a huge problem out there. Hardly any businesses are doing social media, and the ones that are probably not doing it very well. Most businesses have a Facebook page, maybe they've got a YouTube channel or a Twitter account, but they're not posting things regularly, and they're not posting the right content in order to make sure that they get success from working on social media. And what does that do? Well, that leads them to just give up. When they try to do it a little bit, they fail, they stop. Well, this is an opportunity for you to be able to help them and become the hero that they need when it comes to driving traffic and sales directly from social media. And I've got the perfect group of people that are going to help you to know exactly what to do and how to sell this service to those businesses. I'm talking about the Offline Sharks, Nick and Tom, and strategic marketers David Sprague, the creator of things like Lead Kahuna and Rep Kahuna. And what have they put together? Well, they put together a new combination program called Online Revenue System. And this online revenue system consists of a software and training that's going to help you to make amazing sales when it comes to helping people with social media. So what is the software? The software is going to help you to find every client that you need. You're going to be able to search in a city, in a location, and a niche and find all the businesses that need major help with social media. On top of that, you're also going to get all the training you need on how to sell that to the businesses, and you're going to get a strategy that's going to help you get your foot in the door where they're going to want to use your services month after month after month. So, if you're ready to learn all about that, I've created a little sneak peek of the inside, and I want to share it with you right now. All right, here we are in the inside of the online revenue system, and this is a full course that's going to do a couple of things for you. One, it's going to provide you with a way to do social media for local businesses. That is a huge thing right now. In fact, I think pretty much almost, if not all of our clients currently do a social media package along with some of the video things that we do, etc. And so this is going to teach you how to be able to provide that for these local businesses. But much more than that, this is going to help you to sell this to those businesses. And there's going to be a software that's going to help you to find those businesses and a system that's going to help you to bring those guys in by providing them something completely free that's going to help them to make a decision to stick with you long term so that you can start to make a monthly recurring income. So let's take a look at what we've got in here. So the first is, of course, the welcome, how to jumpstart your income, what service to offer, okay? So you're going to learn all about the service that you're going to be providing here, how to get your ducks in a row, and how to avoid the common pitfalls. Module number 2 is the service overview. This is where they're going to go through exactly what service you're providing, and then the magic begins, the getting your foot in the door and then transitioning from a free to a paid client. Okay, so basically what they're going to do is they're going to show you a sales method whereby you're going to onboard a client and give them 30 days worth of free content for social media so that they'll want to stick with you long term and pay you monthly fees. And that's what this is going to do. It's going to show you how to do the foot in the door and then how to transition them to the paying client. Okay? How to figure out your ideal customer avatar in Module 3. Crafting your golden list. And that's very important. Those are the people that you really want to get in with. Your elevator pitch, outreach and templates, your prospecting commitment, and a live case study on how to land your first $300 client. So again, $300. We're not trying to, in this program here, we're not trying to get $20,000 clients. We're trying to get a variety of $300 clients doing social media that you can set up and forget it so that it just runs. And then as you build a relationship with these guys, you're then going to try and upsell them into some of your bigger, better platforms. So this is a great foot in the door, a great way to get some clients and start bringing in some of that income. Okay, next, Module 4, the Soci Spy software. We're going to talk about that later on, but that's in here. This is where you're going to learn about the software and you'll be able to access the software so you can start using it. It's a very cool software. It's actually part of a software that I've been using for a long time, and pretty much all of my clients have come through this software, but in this case, it's a slightly different modified version that we'll talk about in a bit. Okay, Module 5, how to onboard your client, how to hack your content, DFY content, how to schedule your content, and then the most important part, how to outsource this entire service. Now, earlier this week, we talked about Google My Business, which is a great business to get into for getting people onboarded. This is another one that's great for getting people on board so that you can start to build a relationship and then sell them your bigger services. Social media is huge right now. Like I said, all of our clients, or at least pretty much all of them, already do social media with us along with the other things. So this is a great program that's going to help you to be able to not only provide that service, but show you exactly how to find the people that need it and how to provide or how to get them on board and provide them with free content so that they then pay you monthly afterwards. Okay, so this is the Soci Spy software, and what this software does is it allows you to search cities and niches to be able to get leads that need your help. Now, before we go in and we do that, I want to go into the Find Leads area so you can kind of get an idea of what you're doing here. When you put in this information, like right now I've got plumbing in Loganville, Georgia already put in here, what that's going to do is that's going to search for plumbers in Loganville, Georgia, and it's going to give us all this different information. Business information like name, address, phone number, etc. Website details, so you'll know all about what they're doing on their website. Do they have a Facebook connection, Google My Business connection, Pinterest connection, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, etc. You're going to get some Google My Business data. First category, Google My Business URL, so you'll know that. Facebook data, lead score, and Twitter data. Okay? And so what you want to do is you're going to want to do a search here. Now, before you do that, you do have the ability to add proxies. If you're only doing one city and one niche like this, probably aren't going to need to have proxies going. But if you plan on doing this often, multiple times a day, if you plan on buying the upgrade where you can do 4 cities or 5 cities at a time, add 4 cities to that, then you probably want to start using proxies because that's going to keep you from getting blocked by Google at some point. But right now, we're just going to do the quick search here. And that's going to take just a few minutes. So I'm going to pause the video and then we'll come back. Okay, so processing is done and we've got 78 plumbers. That's actually a lot more than I would have expected. I was going to guess probably about 10 to 15, but 78. And you think I'd know this because I've done these searches for plumbers before. But you can see here, it's actually pulling in from a couple of different cities, which is good. That's helpful for us. And part of the reason is because some of these don't have a city listed, but they probably mention Loganville in their website. And so because they work in an area versus you coming to them, a lot of them don't put their city in there. And so that's why it's probably pulling a lot of these. And it is pulling from Grayson as well and Snellville, which is right here as well. So you can see there's a couple from Grayson and things like that. But these are 78 plumbers that you now have the ability to market to with everything that you're learning inside of the training programs. And look at what you get here. So you get the name of the company, the address, if they have it listed, the city, the state, obviously, the postal code, the country, the website. Now, here's the funny part. Some of these guys, they didn't have a website listed. Even though they showed up in different searches, they didn't have a website. That's crazy. We got the phone numbers, and we've got emails for some of those there. And then over here, you get all your information about the websites themselves. So you can see here, any one of these that has a website, you can see, do they have a Facebook connection? Yes. Google My Business? Yes. Do they have Pinterest? No. YouTube? No. Twitter? No. And you can go through here and look at all these reds because the reds are your prospects, okay? So keep a good eye on these reds. Sorry, this mouse is going a little kooky here. And that will tell you where you've got your points that you can help people with. So the more red you see here, like this guy here, all reds. He doesn't have any of this. So he's clearly a good candidate for that, for the service of making sure that you've got links to the social media from the website. Now over here, this is their Google My Business information. As you can see, they pretty much all have that. Sorry, this mouse is going a little wacky here. But you can see that they all have that, which is why we've got so many of them in here that don't have some of the other information because they did show up. Facebook, you can see how many of them have Facebook pages, okay? And look at all that red, okay? Number of likes, you've got number of followers, Facebook posts in the last 30 days. Take a look at that. Facebook posts in the last 30 days. Holy cow, only one of them in the green. Clearly, they all need help with posting on Facebook. Social lead score. So this is, obviously this is a good candidate for your social media stuff here. 3 hot ones here because he does have some followers, not a great amount, but he's not doing a whole lot. Okay, last posted 1,339 days ago. Wow, that's a long time ago. We can take a look at the Twitter. Not many of them have Twitter at all. So that's a huge opportunity there. We can definitely get in and help those guys out. So this is the type of data that you're going to get so that you can start to provide the social media content and the social media services that you're going to learn inside the program. You're going to be able to find the clients that you need to do this. And the great thing about this is once you have this all set, you can export this out. So we could select all of these, or we could select just the ones that we think are our hot candidates. And we can come here and we can hit actions and we can save the selected leads. We can also remove any duplicates that are in there because sometimes, the same person will show up for multiple things. And there you go. You can also delete your leads if you want to as well. Cool thing is 78 leads found, 78 leads selected here. Lead cost, technically $1.31. What this means, by the way, is that a typical lead, if you were to buy a lead from a lead broker, somebody who sells leads to you, this would cost $1.31. And right now, this search here, $65.52 for the data that's actually in there. So even though we have 78, there's a lot of data that was missing because they showed up in Google My Business but didn't show up with websites and things like that. So what that means is that, at $65.52 is what you would have paid to get this kind of data if you bought it from a broker, but you got it here because you had this program. So great program for this. The other thing in here is the settings. Settings just allow you to set up your information in here, and then you can set up email verify if you want to do that. So they've got never bounce and bright verify. If you use either of those, you can connect that in here as well, and that will allow you to use the email verify here, which will go through and verify all the emails that show up. So that is the Soci Spy software part of the program. And by the way, also here, if we click on the video, that's going to bring up training for the software. Okay. So you can learn all about it there.